It all began as a fun night out with friends, talking, dancing, laughing until the early hours of the morning. But when Jillian Berrios and a friend left the club, they were followed, and her life would end about 20 minutes later in a hail of gunfire. It's a case that's been on the minds of investigators at the Orange Park Police Department for nearly 6 years. The murder of a mother of 2 young children. A woman with a large group of friends that all told investigators she had a big heart. Jillian Berrios. It was the early morning hours of October 18, 2013. Jillian had been out with friends at various clubs around Jacksonville. Her last known spot was Taboo Bar and Grill off of Atlantic Boulevard. Around 5 o'clock in the morning, Jillian and a friend left Taboo and drove back to Orange Park, but they were followed.
You can actually see the suspect vehicle creep up to where it can get a good look at where her vehicle's leaving and when it's leaving, and then it speeds up to catch up to get behind her.
Investigators say they were followed by 2 people in a red Chevy Aveo. When Jillian pulled into the Park Place apartments to drop off her friend, 2 men got out. One had a pistol.
Approached the vehicle and began firing into Jillian Berrios' vehicle.
Jillian tried to flee, driving out of the parking lot, but crashing just down the street on Loring Avenue. She had multiple gunshot wounds and was rushed to the Orange Park Medical Center, where she died. The woman with Jillian suffered injuries as well, but survived. Authorities say she's been cooperative, but they're not releasing her identity. So what could have led up to the violent morning on the 18th? Sergeant Monroe says they interviewed dozens of people, and Jillian and her friends, by all accounts, had a good night. No fights, no problems with anyone.
There were no major altercations at that club.
But he says surveillance video shows she was followed from Taboo by a red Chevy Aveo, and they have a partial tag. A witness believes the first 3 letters were ESG. They went through the database, but didn't find a match.
However, it could be something like it. E sometimes might look like a C, or G might look like a D or an O or a Q. So of course, anybody that has any information on a red Chevy Aveo that's got a tag similar to that, it'd be great if they could contact the Orange Park Police Department or Crime Stoppers.
The suspect description is limited. Investigators say the men were African American. The shooter had dreadlocks and was wearing a white tank top and had a pistol. Sergeant Monroe says the department has spent years tracking down leads, but they don't have a motive for why Jillian would be so violently murdered. They can't even say for certain that she was the target. But they have been watching as new technology is coming out. And Sergeant Monroe says they are looking to utilize advances in mobile technology.
That may provide us more information regarding who was in the area of the crime scene during the time of the homicide.
So many questions remain around Jillian's murder. Who would kill this young mother of 2 and why? Whether the answers come from someone stepping forward or from technology, Sergeant Monroe says they want justice for her children.
That's why this case is important to us, and it really it's something we've never stopped investigating. It's a case that's been left active at Orange Park Police Department. It's been assigned to a detective ever since it happened, and it continues to be investigated.
If you know anything about the murder of Jillian Berrios, call the Orange Park Police Department or Crime Stoppers. Even if it's something small, they want to know. Katie Jeffries with photographer Jeff Renfro, First Coast News, on your side.